Starting from the 9th of July, Victoria is back to lockdown again. On the 7th of July, Victoria is counting 191 new COVID-19 cases. This is the highest ever. For those who don't know, about a month ago, the pandemic was already under control in Victoria. The daily new cases actually went back to zero, but now we're back to total statewide lockdown again. Today let's talk about what happened and how Australian government is lying to us. The first COVID-19 case was discovered on the 25th of January. In the next 2 months, nobody here gave a damn about it. Starting from early March, the daily count of new cases was rising dramatically. In the end of the month, Victoria announced the lockdown of Melbourne and other major cities. No travel is allowed unless for work, food, exercise, or medical reasons. In April and May, we can see that COVID-19 was under control. New daily case was even reduced to zero on the 8th of June. But after that, the figure shot up to almost 200 new daily cases again. So what happened around the 8th of June that changed everything? Black Lives Matter protest. Thousands of people went on the street of Melbourne on the 6th of June. Then this happened. Millions of people sacrificed the freedom to travel for 2 months. Millions of people went through unemployment, had no income or limited income for 2 months. Thousands of businesses lost so much money that the government can't even provide a figure. One protest made all the effort meaningless. Seriously, I know Black Lives Matter. I'm a Chinese myself living in a country with 92% of the population is white. So trust me when I say I'm very familiar with racial discrimination. But I just don't think this is the time we should shift our focus from the pandemic that is killing thousands of people to racial discrimination. Racism is bad, obviously. Virus is worse. Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Trust me, the real test has just started. In the last wave, most of the new COVID-19 cases were from overseas or directly linked to overseas cases. But this time, not only all new cases are local, but also out of 191 new cases, only 37 of them are linked to known, confirmed cases. The other 154 are unknown. Let me repeat it. This time, all the cases are local and 81% of new cases have no idea where did they contract the virus. You know what that means? That means we have no clue how many people are infected with COVID-19 or walking around the street and spreading the virus to every single person he meets. I wish this is the worst part. No, it's not. Australian government is lying. Ever since January, medical professionals in China is asking everybody to wear face masks, and the COVID-19 pandemic quickly got controlled in China in less than 2 months. Australian government is still telling people not to wear face masks. I'm not making this up. This is actually in their official guidance. They actually write a 16-page guidance about why we should not use a face mask. I don't want to waste your time to go through all 16 pages with me. I'm pointing out all the stupid in it. Let me just sum it up for you. Let's see how those great brains are functioning. Number 1. Face mask will give you a false sense of security and may result in neglect of more important measures. Alright, by that logic, I guess we should just tell the soldiers and policemen to stop wearing bulletproof vests because it will give them a false sense of security and they may neglect to take cover. Number 2. The use of face mask alone will not prevent infection. The use of left leg alone will not help you walk, so don't use left leg when you walk. Great freaking logic. Number 3. Touching the mask during use or when removing, it can contaminate the hands. Are you serious? Touching anything can contaminate the hands. Genius. Number 4. Masks will be less effective if they become damp or damaged. some masks are of low quality. P2 or N95 masks should not be used as they are difficult to put on and take off. You know why I put these three together? Seriously, I couldn't believe it when I first read it. These three advices are basically saying, you don't know about face masks, you don't know how to use one, and you don't know how to pick one, so don't use it. Oh, that's just great. How difficult it can be. You actually think the people in Australia are so dumb that it is too difficult to teach them about face masks, to the point you actually give up on it and just telling them to use one. Ah, yeah, soldiers, go to the front line. Don't bring a gun. Guns could be broken. Some guns are of low quality. Guns are difficult to carry. So go, soldiers. Just go. Keep distance with each other and you'll be fine. And here it comes. The worst one is coming. Number 5. Face mask will help you to prevent spreading coronavirus to others. The logic is just insane. So the face mask is like a one-way street. Virus can't go out, but it can go in. You know what I'm saying? Virus can't go out, but it can go in. Oh, this is the worst. Because of this, many people who actually care about themselves and care about the people around them can't wear a face mask because people think this guy is infected. I personally heard this from an Aussie friend. I want to wear face masks just like you guys, but I can't. Asians wearing face masks are normal. People got used to it. But I can't. I'm white. As an Anglo-Saxon guy, if I'm wearing a face mask, people tell me to fuck off. So I have to walk around without face masks and pray to God, don't get me infected so I can have a baby in the future. This is just frustrating and pathetic. This is how Australian government is misleading. That's all bullshit. But why? Seriously, why? Why Australian government is doing this? Are they really that stupid? They can't see all the stupid in that? They're not. They do this because there are not enough face masks in Australia. I've talked about other things before based on research, but this time I'm actually talking about something I actually know. Me, personally, I know it. Face masks are actually something I have been dealing with for a very long time. I'm running a business in Australia. Although it's not like I'm selling face masks, it is something essential for my business. We need it every day. We use a lot of it every day. Last year, there was a big bushfire in Australia, and the air was really bad, so the face mask was already in extremely short supply in Australia. In January, when COVID-19 first broke out in China, my supplier actually told me to stock more face masks because there are only 3 million face masks left in the whole Australia. And since China was in quarantine, so they had no idea when they can get more. Just for the record, my supplier is the largest in Melbourne. I don't know their rank in the entire nation, but they are the largest in Melbourne. When they say there are only 3 million face masks left, I believe them. So there are 25.5 million people in Australia. But in January, there were only 3 million face masks left. In the entire country, there were not enough face masks for everyone in Australia. All that bullshit just for covering this simple fact. You don't have to take my word for it. Let's hear from the real expert.
Well, the reason for that is that we were concerned, the public health community, and many people were saying this, were concerned that it was at a time when personal protective equipment, including the N95 masks and the surgical masks, were in very short supply. And we wanted to make sure that the people, namely the healthcare workers, who were brave enough to put themselves in harm's way to take care of people who you know were infected with the coronavirus and the danger of them getting infected, we did not want them to be without the equipment that they needed. So there was not enthusiasm about going out and everybody buying a mask or getting a mask. We were afraid that that would deter away from the people who really needed it.
So, same thing happened in USA, but they changed when they have enough for everyone. In Australia, those big boys sitting in their office upstairs still think Australia is special. They're still lying to people. They're still not going to change it. There's already enough face masks for everybody. There's supposed to be enough face masks for everybody, but they don't want to go back on their words. So they choose continue to lie. And look where we are now. All lives matter.